What's up, you guys? Oh, listen, I am so sorry I got behind on Salt Lake City, but we are here to get almost caught up. We're going to go over episodes 4, 5, and 6. I know last night was episode 7, so we'll get that done sometime over the next couple of days. I'm going to get it done before episode 8. But let's just go through it. I have my notes, honey. I have my notes. And we're going to go through these 3 episodes, child. Y'all come on in. Y'all come on in. So episodes 4 and 5. I do not have notes for episode 4. But basically, episode 4, they were still in Milwaukee. And in episode 4 is where we see Heather being messy and going back to Whitney and telling Whitney what was said about her jewelry line. Now, here's what's important to remember about that. And if I remember correct, and if I don't remember correctly, y'all go ahead and correct me in the chat, or y'all can correct me in the comments. Didn't Whitney and Heather both act like they ain't know nothing about this post about Whitney's jewelry line? Didn't Whitney sit there and act like she didn't know anything about it? And oh my goodness, what are people saying? Are you sure? How dare people be talking about my jewelry? Only for her to admit later on that she did know about the post, but it was such a small post, she didn't think it was a big deal, and that somebody else is making a big deal out of it. See, this is my problem with you, Whitney. Girl, either it mattered or it didn't. Either it mattered or it didn't. CC Freak, listen, you know I love you. Oh, I love you down. I love you down, boo. You don't need to be over here. You don't need to be over here. I'll get you a wrench though. So, and you know I mean I'm messing with you. But with that being said though, that was the whole thing with that, right? But Whitney, Whitney irritates me because Whitney really be playing victim. I've been slacked, but the show's coming back on now. Okay, boo. Okay, you know you my boo. You know you my boo. But yeah, I'll do it. Give me a minute. Remind me. You know I'll do it. I need to mod some more because I don't even have all my mods over here. Whew, sorry about that. So, with that being said, oh, that's cute. So with that being said, that was the big thing with the whole, and Heather, you were messy as hell because Meredith told you, Meredith said, I don't think it should come from me because if it comes from me, Whitney is going to feel some kind of way about it, right? Whitney is going to feel some kind of way about it because anything that comes from me, Whitney automatically feels like is negative. So I don't think it should come from me. I'm telling you so that you can let Whitney know what the people are saying about her. And what the hell does messy ass Heather do? She goes back to Whitney and puts Meredith's name in it. You knew exactly what was going to happen. So Heather is producing the show this season. It's clear because you creating drama and bull hockey. So there was that. The other thing that happened this episode was Brittany said she broke up with that Osmond boy. Listen, honestly, Brittany, I don't care. I don't care nothing about this storyline. Because what you come off to me as, you come off as a very insecure woman that either A, you really truly are this insecure when it comes to men, or B, you are so desperate for a storyline that you're willing to make yourself look like a fucking idiot on television. I don't know which one it is at this point, but I know I don't care. I honestly and truly do not care. I do agree. We'll get to that later, but I honestly don't care about you breaking up with that man. But since they insist on making it a storyline, we'll come back to that, child. We'll come back to that. The only other thing, not the only other thing, but the other main like storyline that happened in episode 4 was Lisa and Angie having it out. And Heather, here's where I'm side-eyeing you too. And again, we'll get deeper into it when we get to the episode. But I'm side-eyeing the absolute F-U-C-K out of you, Heather, because Lisa threw the jab at Angie first about her parenting. Lisa threw the jab at Angie, basically saying that Angie pretends like her daughter needs something from her just to get off the phone with me. And I've been peeping it for a long time. So Angie threw back at her, girl, when my daughter needs me, I'm going to be there. Unlike you who be letting your children game all night and be on the computer all night. Girl, I spend time with my kids. I don't feel like what Angie said was wrong. I don't feel like what Angie said was over the top because Lisa did it first. Like Lisa threw the jab first and put the kids into it first, and Angie just responded. So Heather, for you to sit there and act like Angie did something so horrible and oh my goodness, you're just turning into somebody that I don't even know. And I don't, you're changing the rules of your friendship with Lisa and not telling Lisa, girl, Heather, if you don't go sit somewhere and sit all the way the fuck down, go sit all the way down. Okay. Because Lisa brought the kids up first. And if I was Angie, I would have responded as well. Okay. All right. So that was pretty much episode 4. So let's get to episode 5 because I do actually have notes for episode 5 and 6. So let's get into those 2 episodes, Chad. So, Chad, they are back from Milwaukee. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. Milwaukee has never been on my list of places to visit. But I could see me doing and I'm gonna be honest, I sort of clowned a little bit when I was like, what are they going? They're going to Milwaukee. And it's funny because the main reason why they went to Milwaukee is probably the last thing I would do if I went to Milwaukee. But I would definitely do a tour do the beer thing. I'm not a big beer drinker, but I'm definitely here for the history of Milwaukee. Y'all know I'm a nerd. Y'all know I'm a history nerd. And there's this show on the History Channel called Blank That Built America. So they have like Food That Built America, Vices That Built America, The Men That Built America. I think that's where the series started. They talked about the men that built America, and they talked about like the Carnegies and the JP Morgans and the Rockefellers, right? I'm actually looking at mega brands that built America, but that's the part I'm on now. But they did an episode on their Vices That Built America where they talked about Milwaukee's best versus Bush, the Bush brothers that do Budweiser. And it was really interesting, and it was a really interesting story to hear their story and how it came about and all that. So I would actually do that. I honestly would absolutely do that. Okay, but moving right along. I'm trying to CC Freak. I'm sorry. I'm trying to still do my commentary while I pull up the live. Hold on. Because I have to go into I have to log into my other channel to be able to give you a mod. But hold on. Let me share this out first. And then I'll log into, you don't have to log in under the ReallyBTV so I can give you the mod stick. But let me share that we live first, y'all. We are live. And then let me log in and I can give you a mod stick. No, I know, but I'll forget. I know it's no rush, but like I said, I'll forget. And I do trust you. Like, I was just giving you a hard time. But yeah, so that was episode 4. So episode 5, we pick up the ladies. Like I said, the ladies are back in Salt Lake City. And honestly, okay. And honestly, Bronwyn won me over this episode. I was on the fence about Bronwyn. Wasn't really sure what to do with her. Wasn't really sure how I felt about her. I felt, you know what I mean? But she won me over this episode. So what we found out is that on the way back, Bronwyn found out that Lisa is actually really good friends with her daughter's grandparents. And this is such an interesting dynamic because this is an example of how you can know somebody and have two totally different opinions, like two totally different versions of the same person. So Bronwyn tells the story of her daughter. We know she has an older daughter from a previous relationship that's not her husband's. She's 18. Her name is Gwen. And we find out that Gwen's father, Bronwyn got pregnant with Gwen when she was at Brigham Young. And Gwen's father was very Mormon. His family was very Mormon. They were from a small town. And come to find out, when they went to the family to let her know that she was pregnant, basically the family wanted her to put the baby up for adoption. They didn't want They didn't want her to get rid of the baby, like, have an abortion, but they would like, go away, go have the baby, come back, and everybody go on live their life. And Bronwyn was like, no, like, that's not what I want to do. So when she told them that she was going to keep her child, basically they were kind of like, okay, well, you on your own. Like, okay, well, we told you what we wanted you to do, and you don't want to do what we want you to do, so you on your own. And he ended up passing away, and they have never been a part of her daughter's life. They've never been grandparents. They've never reached out. They've never tried. Mind you, her daughter's 18. So Lisa, and I'm going to put my feelings for Lisa aside for a minute because y'all know Lisa irritates my nerves. But in this moment, I understood where Lisa was coming from to say, those are not the people that I know, right? Like, I've always known them to be loving and caring people. And I was there when their son died. I was there when they were mourning. I helped them get through that. And I honestly those aren't the people that I know. And she said, I went in and I told them, she was like, I called them after our conversation in the airport, and I told them, and they said that they think that maybe now is time. Now, I'm going to be going ahead and tell you right now, I call bullshit. Because if y'all really were interested and concerned, y'all would have reached out to that girl a long time ago. Like, she is 18 years old. You have had 18 years to want to be a part of this child's life. You have had 18 birthdays, 18 Christmases, 18 births of your son's birthday, 18 anniversaries. Well, not 18 anniversaries of his death, but like, you've had so many occasions to celebrate and say, you know what, we and again, and y'all are old enough to understand y'all did wrong. Y'all did them dirty. Y'all did that girl dirty. And something that Bronwyn said that I was so here for, she said, my daughter is the only person in this whole scenario that did not make a decision. Yet, all of our decisions are affecting her and weighing on her the most. I thought that was the most profound statement, because she is absolutely correct. Everybody in this scenario made a decision except for her. She was just born. She was just born and living her life. She had no nothing to do with it. And so later on in the episode, this is where Bronwyn really won me over, because she clearly had a horrible relationship with the parents. She clearly had the way things ended between her and the father. He was never a part of his daughter's life. The grandparents were never a part. Yet she gave her daughter the information, and she gave her daughter space to process, which I loved. And then she sat down and she talked to her daughter. And her daughter said, listen, I was excited. I wanted to meet them, but I don't really like the way the conversation went when I texted her, because basically Bronwyn reached out to them and their response was, yes, we would like to meet her, but we want her but she needs to make sure she's ready for it. Now, I don't know what they mean by that. Like, I can only, in my mind, I'm going to interpret that as be ready for it. To me, I'm going to interpret that as, I don't want to deal with no bullshit. I don't want her coming with no attitude. I don't want her coming at me, or coming at us like, how could you do this to me? Like, I need her to come and just let all that in the past and let us move forward, right? And so what I appreciated from Bronwyn said, I totally understand how you feel. And I don't disagree with how you feel. I understand that she said she was excited, but now she's not. And she said, I understand that. She said, but here's what I need to let you know. You have a right. You have questions about your father. And you have a right to learn everything you want to learn about your father. And I don't have the answers to those questions. I can't tell you what you want to know about your father, because I've given you all I got. she was like, because she said, yeah, all I have is this one picture that I've seen, a couple of times in my whole life. And Bronwyn was like, because that's all I got. That's the only picture I have of him. Like, this was before selfies and cell phone cameras and stuff. I don't have any pictures of him, right? She was like, and those are the questions that you deserve the answers to, but I can't give them to you. And she said, even if you reach out to them for no other reason than to get the answer to those questions, I respect that. But whatever decision you make, I will support and I will respect. Baby, when I tell you that Bronwyn won me over in that moment, because I absolutely love how she handled that from beginning to end. I love how she handled that because she didn't get mad at Lisa. I mean, she might later on, but she didn't get mad at Lisa when Lisa said, hey, those aren't the people that I know. Like, I'm really good friends with them, and that's not what I know of them. I even respect that because that is, like, listen, it is valid that somebody will present themselves differently. You meet somebody in a different space, in a different point of view, in a different way of life, or even at a different place in their life. They may not present themselves to you the same way. Bronwyn was the 18-year-old girl that showed up on their doorstep pregnant by their son who was just starting college. I'm sure, I'm not saying that they were right for feeling the way they felt, but I'm pretty sure they presented themselves to Bronwyn totally different than they have to Lisa as a friend, as a peer, as an equal, as somebody that's just somebody they met in the social circles out in the world. You know what I'm saying? Totally different. So anyway, I definitely respect that. So Whitney, Brittany, and Heather go skiing. And here's Whitney, you irritate my soul. Like, when I say Whitney irritates me, y'all, I mean Whitney irritates my soul. So Whitney, the guy from the hotel called Whitney to let Whitney know that somebody left their jewelry in their hotel room. Remember, Whitney gave everybody a piece of jewelry from her jewelry line. And because it was Lisa that left her jewelry in the hotel room, Whitney has decided that Lisa did it on purpose. Lisa did it as a middle finger to Whitney. And now all of a sudden, it's not Meredith that's trying to ruin her jewelry line. It must be Lisa. And Lisa must have done it on purpose because Lisa's still not over the podcast. Now listen. I don't know whether Lisa did it on purpose or not. Let's call a thing a thing. It's Lisa, child. I don't know. But for you to jump from A to Z that quickly, because last week you was all in Meredith's face and you were mad at Meredith and you was yelling and getting loud and belligerent with Meredith about what Meredith said when all she was trying to do was help you look out for your damn ranky ass business. Okay? She was trying to look out for your little ranky ass. But now all of a sudden, you feel some kind of way. And now it must be Lisa. So I feel like everybody is trying to tell you, girl, you kind of overreacting. Like it's really not that. Like even Heather was kind of like, girl, how do you know? Like, and she said, well, I'm going to find out. Because they told her, you need to make sure you know. Like, you need to get some proof. You can't just be like, I think. Also, we find out that Mr. Osmond wants to meet with Brittany because he wants some closure. Look, again, I don't care nothing about that storyline, but I do have some things to say about it, which is the only reason why I'm bringing it up, because I do have some things I need to say about it. But in the grand scheme of things, I really don't care nothing about that storyline. So, next we see Mary. Can I say something? Hey, first of all, y'all know I've always liked Mary. Even when Mary was getting on my nerves, I've always liked Mary. I feel like we're definitely getting a more, like, Mary is still Mary. Mary is still quirky. Mary still says things that out the side of her neck. But I also feel like Mary is trying to be a little bit more personable with the ladies. I feel like she's trying to be a little more open with the ladies. Mary knew that boy was on drugs. Mary didn't want it to be on camera. I think Mary came back to the show because she needs the money or she likes the attention. One of the two. But Mary absolutely knew that boy was on drugs. She said it without saying it multiple times. You know what I'm saying? She actually said it. You know, she talked about his lifestyle. She talked about him not being ready to go to work because he's got some issues he's dealing with. You can hear how he talks. Then she tried to blame the girl, the wife, you know, which they might be up there getting high together, but I wouldn't say she got him on drugs or she made him do it, you know. And as somebody who has seen it in my family, it's very easy for people to be like, well, why is she giving him money if she knows he's getting hot? Listen, it is really, really hard, even when you know what's going on. It's really hard, especially for mothers and their sons. Let's call a thing, especially when it comes to mothers and their sons. So I don't blame Mary. I don't judge Mary. It's hard. But I do hope, we know that the son went into rehab, and I just pray that he's getting the help that he needs. But it was very clear, very, very clear that that boy got a problem. Okay. I think Bravo told her to actually play or leave this season. They may have, but we're definitely getting, I mean, again, we're still getting all the things that, for the people who like Mary, we're still getting all the things that Mary liked, that people like about Mary, without getting all of the over the top of it, right? So Mary went to a dance class with Angie. Now this was a link up I didn't see coming. Angie and Mary being friends, definitely the link up I didn't see coming. But they go to a dance class, and it's funny because Heather's daughter is actually there taking the same class, which I thought was cute. So after the class was over, we see Angie talking to Mary, and Angie sort of venting to Mary about Lisa and the things that Lisa said about her and her parent, you know, and her being upset about it. Child, what else was she mad about? I don't remember what else she was mad about. I have to think about it. Because, wait a minute, I got notes. I keep forgetting I did take notes, child. Hold on. Lisa knows, Brown. Okay, Brittany relationship. Okay. Lisa set up. Hold on. Whitney, Lisa jewelry setup. Okay, we talk about that. Robert Jr. Okay. Heather and Lisa. Bad mother, Angie. Okay. Whitney, phone. Okay. So there must not have been nothing real deep in that conversation because I would have put it in my notes. I do believe her friendship with Angie is real. Yeah, they look like they really do enjoy each other's company. They do. They look like they really, really enjoy each other's company. But this conversation with Lisa Barlow and Heather, I've done the salt caves before, and it's supposed to be so good for you and all this stuff. And I only did it one time, so I can't say whether it was or it wasn't. I will say this, it was very relaxing because I think I went, and whatever the session was, I don't know if it was like a 30-minute session, maybe a 45-minute session. I don't remember how long of a session it was. But I remember I was by myself. But it was so relaxing, and it was over before I knew it. Like, literally, they were tapping me, like, basically letting me know my session was over. And I was like, damn, for real? The time really had flown by, but I can't remember if it was like a 30-minute or 45-minute session. I don't remember how long it was. But I would do it again. I would definitely do it again because, like I said, I was definitely relaxed. And when you leave, you have the salt on you. And they tell you not to wash, not to shower for like, I think they said like a couple of hours, so it gets time to seep into your pores. I feel like the salt cave is something you have to do multiple times before you really kind of feel it. I don't feel like it's a one thing and you'd be like, oh my gosh, I feel so much better. But I was definitely relaxed. I will say that. It was definitely relaxing. But with that being said, this is where Heather is telling Lisa all about what Angie said about her and her parenting. And here's where I'm side-eyeing you, Heather. I already sort of spoke on this, but again, you're acting like Angie said something really bad and really horrible. First of all, Angie was upset. We vent when we're upset. Sometimes we do say things that are hurtful. Sometimes we say the words that we really mean to say, but when we're not upset, we're too polite to say them. So I don't really take nothing that come out of people's mouth when I know they're angry and they're venting. Like, if you're my friend, you should feel like this is a safe space for you to come and vent. You should feel like you can be mad at me. Like literally Angie and Lisa had just had this big ass argument, this big ass knockdown, drag out argument at the dinner. So of course she was venting to Heather. Heather, for you to pick and choose and cherry pick that conversation and take it back to Lisa, girl, you already know what Lisa gonna do. You know what Lisa gives. You know it don't take much for Lisa to feel some kind of way and feel offended. Oh, and bravo, production. Hey, I think this is shared media. Y'all was shady as hell at the beginning of this episode, showing that clip of Lisa and her son, with her son gaming, ignoring her and paying her no mind, and then her having to ask him, does he want something to eat? Because y'all know what Angie has said about Lisa letting her kids stay up all night playing damn video games. Y'all was shady for it, but I feel you. I know why you did it. I see what you did there, but y'all was shady as hell. Anyway, so then I just felt some kind of way about that, Heather. Like, I really felt like that was shady of you. And I honestly, truly, and honestly, and truly feel like, again, this was you producing. This was you stirring the pot. This was you being a bone carrier. Because honestly, girl, what Angie said wasn't even that deep. Like, it really wasn't even that deep. Well, at least I don't let my kids stay up all night playing video games. Girl, that is so not that deep. Like, I can see if she said, well, at least I don't neglect my kids. Like, she said that Lisa lets her kids stay up all night playing video games and doesn't make them go to bed. Ooh. I mean, I just feel like she could have went deeper and she didn't. Like, she could have went all the way down that road. She just neglects her kids. That's why Jack is failing. That's why, not Jack, whatever the youngest son's name is. And that's why Jack went on his mission. And that's why, like, she could have went a lot of ways. And she could have said a lot of things about about Lisa. And she didn't. And we know she didn't say a whole lot more because production would have showed it. If she had really went ham on Lisa, baby, production would have gave us all of that. If that's the worst thing that production showed us, the girl, she did not go that deep. Henry, thank you. She did not go that deep. And I don't feel like it was that serious. But of course, now Lisa's all mad. Oh my gosh. I can't believe she said that. Oh my goodness. Why would she say that about me? Oh my God. And then Lisa, you sitting there playing innocent like you didn't come for her first. Like you didn't say that she pretended like her daughter needed her just to get off the phone with you. And like Angie said, she said, the only time I do that is when we be on the phone from lunch until dinner. Girl, we have been on the phone for 5 hours already. I got a question. I understand that when you're an entrepreneur, you set your own hours and you set your own schedule. However, Lisa is so busy. She does party planning and she's got the tequila company. And Angie, you got 5,000 hair salons. How do either one of y'all have time to be on the phone for 5 hours? And for it to be a regular occurrence, like she didn't say, Lisa called me last week and I can't believe we were on the phone for 5 hours. I've done that. I've been on the phone with somebody. Me and my best friend, we don't talk often, but we don't talk every day, but when we talk, we do be on the phone forever. I get that. But how do y'all have that kind of time? Heather wants Lisa's approval so bad like she did with Jen. You know what? I really used to love me some Heather. I did. But Heather, your insecurity is showing more and more as well. Like, I don't know. So then we see Whitney and her husband. Whitney gets on the phone and she sends a message. She calls Up and Adam. If y'all didn't know that was Up and Adam, the YouTube blogger, that is who that was on the phone. So she calls Up and Adam because she said he's friends with the person who runs that Instagram channel that posted the pictures about her jewelry. And she wants to know who sent him the information. So Adam is on the phone saying, well, he wouldn't tell me exactly who it was, but he said if I ask questions, he'll answer the questions for me. So the questions that he asked were basically enough questions for him to deduce that it was Lisa Barlow. So that's the information she carried back to Whitney. Now, to be fair, Adam did do a video explaining his side of the story when it came to that phone call. And I honestly don't know what he said because I didn't watch the video because, again, I wasn't up on this episode. So I don't know what his version of events are as it relates to that phone call. But Whitney took that and ran with it and basically said it must be Lisa Barlow. And I know Lisa's the one that did it. And she's just trying to get back at me. Can I ask a question? Those two pieces of jewelry do look identical. Can we address that? Like, you're mad at who said it versus being mad that your company's doing it. Because at the very least, even if it's not the exact, like, even if your company did not order that piece from AliExpress, girl, they stole the design. Can we talk about, like, why are we not talking about that? When you're talking about they're trying to ruin my business. I don't think they're trying to ruin your business, girl. I think that you got called out for some shit that you was doing. I mean, that's like when they showed that Rashida was buying all her clothes from AliExpress and marking them up and selling them in her boutique. They did the same thing to Nene. They've done, I mean, like, that is what these people do. But can we address the elephant in the room, girl? Because the elephant in the room is them pictures looked identical. Anyway. So then we get with Brittany and we get with the Osmond boy. The only reason why I'm even bringing this up is because Brittany, you was cool with Lisa flexing, taking your phone, texting him back, FaceTiming him because you was all geeked up. He has every right to feel how he feels. Like, honestly, that was some childish ass shit that you're like, that is some high school shit. That you let your friends read my text messages and you let your friend text me back. You let your friend FaceTime me and basically call, she ain't cuss him out, but basically clown me. That was some elementary school shit. And I'm going to be honest with you. I 100% understand where he's coming from. Because if a guy did that to me, I wouldn't fuck with him either. He was like, I thought we were good. And next thing I know, I'm getting these nasty text messages. And then I get a FaceTime and I think it's you. I answer the phone and it's Lisa Barlow. So yes, I felt some kind of way. Here's where I'm side-eyeing you, Miss Brittany. Why did you not bring up at any point in time, and I know they edit these conversations, but why did you not bring up at any point in time the fact that the reason why you were mad to begin with is because you found out that he was flirting with other women and sliding in other women's DMs? Like, granted, he said that was during one of y'all's breakups. So, okay, fine. But the flip side of that is why you didn't why we didn't bring that up. Like, I don't understand why that wasn't part of the conversation. It's the name, not the jewelry. What you mean that? What you mean? Adam said it was taken out of context, but it's trying to see the season play out first. Oh, okay. It's the name, not the jewelry. Okay, I'll go look. I'm gonna probably look at Adam's video tonight because, like I said, I did look at it because I wouldn't have known what he was talking about because I hadn't watched the episode yet. But I'm gonna go back and watch it. So now all of a sudden, after he tells you that he's pissed off because you allowed Lisa to basically text him and clown him, now you mad at Lisa? So it was all fun and games until basically he said, yeah, I didn't appreciate the fact that you let Lisa clown me. Let me say this to y'all. Brittany, I can't with you. I really can't with you, Brittany. I can't. Right. And you really need to be more focused on your relationship with your kids. Because honestly, I just can't with you. I cannot. Now, he basically told her what we already know. which is basically, we clearly are not on the same page as it relates to what we want in a relationship. You want something that I've already told you you're not getting from me. Like, we hang out, we spend time together. He said, I have been affectionate with you in public. I've kissed you in public. You know, I've held your hand in public. Like, you want me to be all over social media claiming you. You want, like, and which says to me, is this really about us building a relationship, or is this about you being able to flex? Because, and I know that we live in that world, but girl, you too old to care about the gram. You are too old to care about this man posting you all over his social media. Like, if he's affectionate with you in public and he holds your hand and he kisses you and he takes you out, like y'all not always having dinner at midnight in his backyard, like, girl, y'all are dating, okay? Now, what you want from him versus what he's willing to give you or what he's offering you, it may not be the same. But now's a question you got to ask yourself. Is this, can I deal with this or not? All right. So then we see Lisa, Mary, and Heather. They go ziplining. They do off-road, whatever. And I'm with Mary. Mary said, or was it Meredith? One of them said, why do we always have to put our lives in danger just to hang out with each other? Like, we can't just go have wine. You know, we can't. Like, why does it always have to be this? But anyway, the ladies set up outside. You know, they're having something to eat after they do whatever. They did a little tailgate. Oh, sorry, y'all. They do a little tailgate or whatever. And that is where Heather and Lisa once again are talking about this situation with Angie. And Mary is basically letting Heather know that she feels some kind of way because she don't feel like that was right for her to take that piece of information back to Lisa. She felt like it wasn't, you know, it wasn't fair to Angie. And Heather, she was like, I thought you and Angie were friends. Like, haven't y'all known each other since middle school? And she was like, yeah, but in this instance, I'm team Lisa. Like, I understand Lisa, and I feel like Lisa was the one that was done wrong or whatever. And I'm like, girl, bye. Then we have Brittany, telling Lisa that she was mad at her because she did go and have dinner with the Osmond boy and all the things that he said. And so now she mad at Lisa because she feel like Lisa is the reason why him and her can't be friends. See, let me tell you something. As somebody, like, I've been through that. That used to be my MO, right? My MO used to be I would date somebody and it wouldn't work out. And then I'd be like, well, I still want us to be friends. And I remember my girlfriend saying to me, why? Why? Why do you care about being this person's friend? Like, y'all tried to date, it didn't work out. You got enough friends. Why do you need him to be a friend? And I at the time, I used to be like, well, because I mean, he's a really cool guy. Like, he's a really nice guy. And I remember these conversations. So as somebody that used to be that person, I know what that is. That is, I want to keep the back door open. I don't know what's going on with my internet, y'all. I see it keeps freezing up. I don't know. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Maybe it was my internet earlier with my niece, because child, my internet is acting real stupid. Hold on. Maybe I just have to do it like this. I don't know. Is it any better? It doesn't look like it's any better. Hold on, hold on for a second. Let me just go out and come back in. Oh, it's fine on y'all side? Okay, because on my side, it keeps like freezing up and stuff. But if it's fine on y'all side, then okay, cool. So it's just distracting when I'm looking at it because it's doing like this on my side. But anyway, all right. So Mary absolutely called Heather out, and I was here for it. And then she said, Mary, she was like, Mary was like, girl, you just a liar. Like, you're such a liar. And Heather was like, when have I lied? Baby, why she start calling out, well, you know, you lied about the black eye, and you lied about this, and you lied about that. And then you even lied about body positivity. Now, on the body positivity part, I understood what Lisa was saying. And here, as somebody who we've had these conversations that's definitely dealt with weight and weight issues, like, I'm not mad at Heather for using what's out there for her to feel better about herself, right? But I do think that Mary's point was valid. I feel like Mary's point was very valid, what she said. All right. So now we get ready to go into episode 6. We're going into episode 6. And episode 6 is mainly about Angie and this mob wives party she's having. Now, let me say this. I thought it was a cute idea for her to poke fun at the rumors from last year about her being a part of the Greek mafia. I thought it was very tongue-in-cheek. I thought it was very cute. However, I don't think I would have done that for my anniversary party. I might have done it for my birthday party. I might have had a just because party for me and my husband. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely got it. I thought it was a cute, tongue-in-cheek thing. But like I said, I definitely wouldn't have done it. I definitely wouldn't have done it for my anniversary. I just don't think I would have done that. So we see Lisa calling her son. Right up my alley, right, Cindy? He seems to be doing a lot better. She said he's been having some health issues, and he's doing better. We saw her telling her husband about what Angie said, and so of course she's all upset about what Angie said. So then we see Meredith meeting up with Whitney, right? So Whitney starts off with, apologizing to Meredith, saying, I said that it was you, and I found out, I made some phone calls, and it wasn't me. It wasn't you, but I found out that it was Lisa, and I'm going to confront her because how dare she do this and mess with my company. I'm here for Meredith. Meredith's response was, first of all, I think, like Meredith said, I think Whitney was like trying to round up the troops. I think she was wanting for me to be like, yeah, get her. And she was like, I don't want no parts of that. I don't want no parts of it. I don't want to be involved in it. I'm not, no ma'am, no sir, right? But she tells Whitney, you need to make sure. Because what you don't want to do is to blame Lisa and then come to find out you're wrong. Because you were wrong about me. And again, I think, Whitney, you're focusing on the wrong shit. Because you're focusing on why you even care that somebody repeated something that's on the freaking internet. Like, I could see if Lisa made it up. It was on the internet because you admitted yourself that it was a post and that you saw the post, but you just didn't think it was a big deal. And you are upset because you feel like Lisa made it, that Lisa taking it and retweeting it or talking about it has made it a bigger deal. No, girl. The problem is that it's out there. And like I said, I should have screenshotted the picture so I could show y'all if y'all didn't see the episode. The jewelry does look the same. What up, Xavier? So we have another very uncomfortable conversation between Mary and her son. And again, I'm going to say what I said at the beginning of this episode. Mary absolutely knows her son is on drugs. But again, she's doing like a lot of mothers. She's struggling with what to do, how to do it, when to do it. She's trying to do it herself or trying to hope he snaps out of it. Yes, people could say she's in denial. Yes, people could say that she's not handling it correctly. But again, when it comes to a mother and their child, as somebody who's been through it and has seen it on the front lines, it's not easy. But again, we know that he is now or was at one point in rehab, and hopefully he's doing better. Okay. So Bronwyn comes over to visit Mary. And again, I'm liking Miss Bronwyn. Okay. Bronwyn says she loves Mary's house, but I feel like Bronwyn really does love Mary's house because we see her house and we see how eclectic her house is. So I think she really, truly, I don't think she was saying that the bullshit. I think she really does love Mary's house, right? And then the two of them get down to talking, and this is a conversation. I think it was edited because it seemed like 1 minute Bronwyn was telling Mary about what was going on with her daughter and with the grandparents and stuff, and then it seems like the rest of the conversation was Mary talking about her son. I feel like that was a longer conversation. I feel like it was a longer conversation that Bronwyn probably did say more about what was going on with her daughter, but I feel like they edited it for us to get Mary's conversation about her son, because we just don't see Mary open up a lot. And so Mary opened up about her mom and her relationship with her mom. And then we also get another understanding of maybe why she is in denial with her son, because she talked about being neglected and going through the things that she went through with her mom and not wanting her son to ever feel like that. So we get it. We get it. People don't have to like it, but we get it. Terrence don't trust Bronwyn because he cool with Heather. Child, nobody worried about Terrence. But it was a good conversation. And then Bronwyn goes on to talk to Mary about what happened with Angie and Lisa. And Mary's telling Bronwyn about the Heather, Lisa, Angie situation. And Bronwyn is like, well, that's kind of messed up, because Heather was side-eyeing me, and Heather was ready to come for me about things I said in little comments that I made, and she out here all up in the mix. Every time there's some sort of gossip going on in this little family, it's her. She is part of it. She is all up in the mix, okay? So, and basically, Bronwyn is like, she gonna say so. So we get to the party. That's why I said the majority of this episode was really this party. So we get to the party. We see the ladies getting ready. Lisa did get invited, even though Lisa and Angie are not in a good place right now. But Angie said, look, we've been friends for way too long for me to not invite her. And I would have been hurt if she didn't come. Because if she did not come, that definitely would have signaled the end of, or at least, the beginning of the end of our relationship for real. Like I think everything is, we can still come back from this, but that would have definitely been a nail in the coffin. Can I tell you that Angie's father and aunt were absolutely adorable in their mafia outfits, and how they pulled up in that old school mafia limo. I mean, I can't say it was a mafia limo, but they pulled up in that old school limo. I thought they were absolutely adorable. Do you hear me? They were so cute. And I loved her father's toast, because basically what her father was telling y'all without saying it was, I was side-eyeing him when she brought him home. He had them earrings and that long hair. He used the word hippie, but I felt like he was saying something else. He said, but he's turned out to be a really great man. He's a really great son-in-law, and, I would give him my blessing again. So I love that. I loved what he said, and I loved how he said it, right? The ladies all show up, and listen, here's what I can respect. Because we are in such a time of respectability politics now, that this party could have really offended people if they had gone too Sopranos. Y'all know what I'm saying? But I feel like the ladies did a really good job of dressing theme. I think Heather, won. If I had to look at anybody as far as who looked the most straight out of Goodfellas, not Godfather, but straight out of Goodfellas, definitely for me, it was Heather. The hair, the makeup, the outfit was definitely Heather for me. I love how all the ladies had to have their fur coat. Like, for them, mafia equals fur, I guess. I don't know. But I do think that they all stayed They all stayed respectful in the theme that could have been offensive had they gone too far. And I don't think anybody did. I didn't see any guys coming in there looking too over the top. Like they all just wore really nice suits that could be from the 80s. Y'all know what I mean? And the ladies I thought were just really cute. I thought the ladies looked really nice. Overall. Because again, nowadays, Lord, I can hear somebody now going, oh my gosh, that is so offensive. And so they remind us that Angie's husband said Meredith wasn't welcome in his house, but they did invite Meredith. You could tell the husband still wasn't really with it, but he was like, girl, if you want her here, that's fine. I mean, if you want her to come, I'll stand by with your decision. But if it's up to me, I still ain't feeling it. I still don't want her in my house. As the party goes on, we start to see all the moving parts. Y'all know how these parties go, child. We start to see all the moving parts. So it starts with, I feel like it started with Bronwyn. Bronwyn went to Lisa, and it was so funny. Now, Bronwyn, I got to call you out. Even though I like you, I do have to call you out, girl. Because Bronwyn says, she was talking to Angie, and she said, yeah, it's me and my husband's anniversary too, so you'll be getting an invitation later on in the week. I didn't want to overshadow your day. And then she literally goes into, but girl, let me tell you what Heather said about you. So you didn't want to overshadow her day by talking about or sending out an invitation for your anniversary party, but then the very next thing out your mouth is, but girl, let me tell you what Heather did. Baby, you said some things to Heather and you went right back, and Heather went right back to Lisa and told it. I said that could have waited. Now, I know what it is, y'all. I get it. It's a TV show. It's a reality show. We're filming the drama. I get it. But girl, you could have been like, call me tomorrow. Me and you need to do lunch. And you could have told her the next day. But okay. You tell Angie. So Angie goes to confront. Actually, something happened before that. Something happened before that. I believe Mary and Heather got into it before that. And the reason why that's important is because I feel like Heather was already pissed off. So I feel like she was already on 10 when the Bronwyn, Angie, Lisa situation happened. But they get into it where basically Mary, I feel like Mary had the same conversation with Heather that she had at Zipline. And she was like, I don't trust you. You're a liar and you're sneaky. You're two-faced and you're going back and forth spreading gossip. And I don't respect it. So, of course, Heather was like, what do you mean? What do you mean, Mary? What do you mean? Now, I will say this. Heather was like, girl, you've always been mean to me. Like, you've always had a problem with me. Mary, you have been really nasty to Heather in the past. I mean, you said the girl looked like she was inbred. I mean, you did tell that woman she looked like she was inbred. So we ain't gonna sit here and pretend like you haven't been, mean to her. Then we get over to the Bronwyn, Lisa, Heather of it all. Heather, again, we getting mad about the wrong stuff. Heather, you mad at Bronwyn for saying something to Angie instead of taking accountability that you repeated something that really wasn't that deep, that you didn't need to repeat, that stirred the freaking pot. Oh yeah, Mary definitely got Heather together. SCK, absolutely. I'm doing 2 or 3 episodes at one time, so I kind of already talked about that. But you're absolutely correct. And Heather deserved it because Heather is being messy as hell. What she repeated to Lisa was unnecessary. It didn't need to be repeated. It wasn't that deep. Heather's a hypocrite because they doing the same thing. Right. And that's what Bronwyn said. Bronwyn was like, okay, so I made a couple of snide comments, but girl, isn't that what y'all do? Like, ain't that what y'all do around here? Don't y'all make smart ass comments about people? Don't y'all talk shit? Like, I thought that's what we did around here. I thought that's what we did. So I feel like there was another little argument. There was another argument, child. Oh, Whitney. So Whitney gets into it with Lisa. And that was the big argument at the end of this episode, because she confronts Lisa about Lisa being the one who put the post up about her jewelry. And again, I know this is the third time that I'm saying this, but again, I just have to say, we are burying the lead. Girl, you mad about who repeated it instead of mad about whether it's true or not. Like, if I were running a business, I would be more concerned about the fact that my jewelry looks so much similar to the AliExpress jewelry, and it literally does look like the exact same piece of jewelry. Like, it really looks like the same piece of jewelry. You should be more concerned about who on your team is buying shit from AliExpress, or at the very least stealing designs from AliExpress. Because if it's not the exact same pieces, they're stealing the designs. Let's call a thing a thing. And you mad, even if it was Lisa, which, child, I don't know whether it was Lisa or not, if you really want to know the truth of the matter. But even if it were Lisa, you mad about the wrong thing. And y'all know something else I was thinking as I was watching this episode too? I was thinking recycle storyline, CC Freak, SCK, Xavier. I know y'all are absolutely going to know exactly what I'm talking about. And some of the rest of y'all might too, but I know those three will. Is this not LVP, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills all over again? She was accused of sending information to the blog so that the blogs would post bad information about her castmates. Lisa Renner, like this is not the first time that they've been accused of using the blogs to do their dirty work. Like, girl, it happens. And Whitney, let's call a thing a thing. You've done it. Whitney, you have absolutely used the blogs to spread information. Let's just call a thing a thing. Let's just call a thing a thing. So now you're mad because somebody, maybe it was Lisa, maybe it wasn't Lisa, somebody highlighted the fact that your jewelry was a ripoff of AliExpress. Girl, bye. And of course, Lisa did what Lisa does, child. Lisa went from 0 to 100. She's so upset. She's so, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Whoever your sources are lying to you. It's not me. I didn't do it. Blah, 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 blah. Now, let me say this. Let me say this. Again, I really don't care nothing about Brittany and this man. But Brittany showed up to this party with a date. How about her and Heather then slept with that man? Heather immediately saw him and was like, oh, shit. And when production asked Heather, did you make out with him? Heather was like, and some other things. So y'all know that's code for we slept together. So Heather then slept with this man that Brittany then brought to this party to try to make somebody feel some kind of way. And then miraculously, Whitney's husband texts him, the Osmond boy, to come to this party. And he literally shows up 30 minutes later in full suit, 30 minutes later, he shows up and everybody is surprised. Whitney's husband invites him, but he ain't being messy. Oh, I wasn't being messy. I just, he's my friend. When have we ever seen Whitney's husband just get on the phone and just start inviting random people to somebody else's party? First of all, that's rude as fuck. Don't you come to my party that you were invited to and start getting on the phone just inviting other people. Are we in college? Is this a house party? Is this a frat party? Who does that anymore? Who thinks it's appropriate to be at? You already at the party. You didn't call me and say, hey, is it okay if I invite a friend? You are literally already at the party and you are because they showed him do it. They showed us a clip of him on the phone. He's already at the party. And then they say 30 minutes earlier, which means that he got the text and he was able to get to Angie's house dressed in 30 minutes. So either A, he was already out in them streets and he was able to just come by, or B, That's the fastest jump in the shower and throw some clothes on and drive across town I ever seen. I don't care if he live in walking distance. 30 minutes is still that's a tight window. So now all of a sudden everybody is so surprised that Mr. Osmond showed up to the damn party. Brittany is like, oh my God. Oh. She crying and shit. Girl, what are you crying about? Y'all weren't married. That is not your ex-husband. What the fuck are you crying about? And they have to go outside and have a conversation. He was like, I wasn't here to try to cause any problems, but I really missed you. See, now you playing games. See, Mr. Osmond, man, I was kind of on your side a little bit because I really feel like Brittany was putting 20 on 10. And I really feel like you told Brittany that you like her and you like having sex with her and you even like spending time with her, but you wasn't trying to have no major commitment. And she was trying to turn it into something more serious than what you was trying to turn it into. And I kind of had your back a little bit. But after that little situation, now I'm side-eyeing you. Now I believe that you are playing games with her and you gaslighting her. Because why the fuck would you show up to that party talking about something? I'm not here to cause any problems. I'm not here to cause any issues with your date. But I just want to let you know that I do miss you. First of all, sir, if you miss me that much, all you had to do was text me. Because I know Brittany don't have you blocked because she's too fucking thirsty. She don't have you blocked. All you had to do was call her and she would have told you to come over and y'all have been right back in bed and y'all have been right back together. Okay? That's number one. Number two, if you weren't there to cause any problems, then don't. If you're not there to cause any problems, then don't. If you show up and you see me and you see that I have a date, you wave from across the room, you give me the good nod with the champagne glass, and if you still want to talk to me, you text me. You hit me with the text as I'm leaving and say, hey, I'm leaving the party now. I'm not trying to start no problems, but I really want to talk to you. Can you give me a call later? Child, y'all know Brittany would have ditched that man so fast. Heather, he'd have been calling Heather, child, because he'd have been on his way to Heather house because Brittany would have been on her way to go hook up with Mr. Osmond. That's how thirsty Brittany ass is, okay? So now I got to side-eye all of this. Now I have to side-eye all of this. Now, meanwhile, Lisa on the other side of the room threatening to sue somebody. If y'all don't sit y'all ass down somewhere, listen, contrary to popular belief, everything is not a damn lawsuit. Anyway, y'all, that was basically the episode. I done gave y'all 3 episodes in an hour. I don't know. It is what it is. I'm trying to get caught up. I told y'all I'm trying to get my mojo back with my reviews. I got a lot of shows coming up. We got Bell Collective tomorrow, Love and Marriage Huntsville Saturday, Real Housewives of Potomac Sunday. Monday is the Whether You Like It or Not panel. Tuesday is Real Housewives of New York. Wednesday is the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. So I'm trying to get my mojo back, y'all, and get caught up on everything so that I can get my reviews out in a timely manner. My plan is to do Bell Collective tomorrow night. I know I'll be competing with T and with Scotty. I love them. If y'all need to catch me in a replay, that's cool too. I'm going out of town this weekend. So if I don't do it tomorrow evening, I probably won't get it done. And I'm trying, like I said, I'm trying to be better. So I will probably get you guys the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City by no later than Monday, because I am going out of town this weekend, but I'm off Monday and I'm off on Tuesday. So I'll definitely get it to you guys sometime before then. And then like I said, Bell Collective, I'm going to do tomorrow night. That's my plan, is to do it tomorrow night. And then I will not be doing a Real Housewives of Potomac Sunday night. I'll probably be doing it Monday when I get home. And Love and Marriage Huntsville, I'll be doing that on Monday with Shade in the City. But our normal time will be Saturday, but it's just because I'm going out of town this weekend that I won't be doing any reviews on Sunday. Okay? All right, you guys. With that being said, I'm going to talk to y'all later. Thank y'all for being here. CC Freak, thank you, my love. And I will see you guys hopefully tomorrow night for Bell Collective. Talk to y'all later. Peace.